Cronos price prediction. In this video, I'm going to show you guys here my price prediction targets for Cronos this bull market, and stay tuned till the end because it's going to be very interesting. I do hold Crows, so I'm super bullish on it, and I'm going to show you guys here where Crow come up to. Now, before we get started here with the targets and Fibonacci, this is Crow right off the bat, as you can see. And what I like about Crow is that we came down here twice, right, to tap that bear market resistance range right there. But we got a nice double bottom right there. We had a nice bounce. If you would have longed right there, this would have been a nice trade right there, right? So far, it's not, 100% the most bullish chart out there, but it's not bearish either. We didn't come down here to these bear market territory right there. So I'm liking it, and I can definitely see Crow eventually putting in a new high here, right, from its high from back in November, around 22 cents. Now, it will have a lot of resistance here, and especially there's going to be a lot of people calling for this to be like kind of like a head and shoulders, right? But I believe we'll put in a higher low and continue this nice parabolic uptrend and eventually break that. Okay, but right here, when Crow makes contact with this downtrend from the all-time high in the previous top right there, it could be 18 cents, 17, 15. It depends how fast it'll get up there based on the time frame. But it's definitely going to have a lot of resistance. I also want to show this, one of my indicators called the Fib Waves. And the Fib Waves, it basically shows you based on Fibonacci the best times to buy. And I made it green for a reason. We can see that we are in the green right now. We're at the top of the green. We're about to break into the yellow. But these, look, you'll see every time we're in the green, it's always a great time to buy, right, in the bear market. This is on the weekly too, by the way. And right there, boom, right, we blasted off. And also right here, if you've been accumulating Crow here around 8, 7, 9, and even 10 cents, I think is a good deal. Okay, and you're going to be surprised to where my targets are because Crow, it can really explode here. I mean, the all-time high for Crow was around 98 cents. It almost hit $1. So let's see here where we can come up to. And I also want to show the Crow Bitcoin chart. This is the Crow Bitcoin chart. And these guys know part of my price predictions, I always show you guys the BTC pair because it's basically Bitcoin versus the coin. In this case, it's Crow. Now, obviously, what you see here is that this has just been in a dreadful downtrend. So when you start to see this, change momentum here and create a bottom and start creating an uptrend and then kind of go vertical, right? That's the time you want to sell. You don't want to sell down here when Crow is all the way down here versus Bitcoin. You want to sell it when it's outperforming Bitcoin. Right, okay, and then to the cherry on top of that, right, the confirmation with Crow outperforming Bitcoin all the way up there, and this is the level right here that I can see it coming back up to where the top could be for Crow, the same level that it topped out right there, as you can see. But the cherry on top is the Bitcoin dominance chart, and you can see the double top was right there. The first top in April, Bitcoin dominance came down there. The second top in October, right there. So once you start to see Bitcoin dominance having a big dump, just like it did right there, and you start to see Crow outperform Bitcoin, maybe to these levels right there, that's your sign. Okay, and I teach this all in my course. If you guys are interested, the 8 signals to sell the top, I'll put it's all in the description if you guys want to check out my course. But I teach Fibonacci, I teach all of this, and my 8 signals that I created are going to help you and grow your intuition on the best times to sell this peak of the bull market. But let's do Fibonacci here to see some of my targets here for Crow, because it's definitely going to surprise a lot of you guys. But we can see that even based on Fibonacci, we've been rejecting that 0.5 right there. So at 21 cents, you can see we go above it, but we close below it. And that was a clear sign of a top, and it was. We came all the way to the bottom here. And the next resistance level is going to be the golden pocket here, around 13, 14 cents, or if we can get both here around 14 cents with the downtrend here. So once we start to close above the golden pocket, we'll eventually break through this and then break through that 0.5. And then very soon you'll see Crow at 30 cents, which is a 3x from right now, right? So is it, or is it a 2x? I don't know. But some of my targets here for Crow, the first conservative target is $2.25. I know that's crazy, but based on Fibonacci, if Crow does recover, which it's showing good signs that it will, $2.22. I mean, that is if I were to do from right here, right now, that's about a 20x. That's a 20x. Okay, that's a 20x. And look, if Cro were to go bankrupt or were to go to zero or fell, I think they would have done so already in the bear market with all the exchanges collapsing, right? Well, that's my conservative target. My most bullish target right here is $3, 314. I don't see Cro going higher than that. If it does, the 618 brings it to $6.51. I think that's very unlikely. But plenty of times coins don't hit the 618. Usually it's the 0.27 around. For Cro would be 225, 222, or around 320, the top band. So somewhere in this range right here, I believe Cro will basically top out, and that's like a 20x right there. So as you start to see Cro start to recover, that's going to give me more confidence that we'll come up here to these levels right here. Okay, and I definitely, again, I think, that, I mean, if you look at it from its previous all-time high, that, that price is basically like, it's not even, it's like a 2x from its previous all-time high, around the 2x. So it's not that crazy. It's just a lot from where it's at now at 10 cents. So I do like Cro. And like I said, if I take this out right here, we can actually look at this based on the moving averages. And you can see every time we're like tightening up like this, we're like the moving averages all together and tighten up. Those are the best times to buy. When they start to like gap out, right, and have these big spaces between each other, that's the best times to sell. Like right here, you see how far the 8 is to the 25, the 25 to the 50. Right here, they're all together. They're like, squished together. And the 8 right here is about to flip both of them again. And really, when, the 25 is going to, once we have the 8, the 25, and 50, right, that's when we're really going to take off. And we're going to see a gap similar to that. And that's when you want to sell, when we have a big gap between all of them. Okay, based on the moving averages. And again, these are my indicators you guys can have access to in my membership on WAP. And I also want to show you guys here the stochastic. We're overbought on the weekly. So, just because we're overbought, we're not going to come down. What I like here is that we're overbought and we didn't break that low right there. We basically put in a double bottom right there. So yeah, a triple bottom, to be honest. Boom, boom. So I like that. Now on the monthly, this is why I'm very bullish on Cro on the monthly, because on the monthly, we're all the way down here. So next time we're up here to overbought territory, right? That's most likely in 1 to 2 or 3 months will be the top for Cro. So that's another big signal right there. Looking here on the stochastic, as well as on the RSI, you can see the yellow RSI is kind of in the middle. Once that yellow RSI, which is the regular RSI, is also near up here, and the stochastic is up here, and the money flow is all the way up here, that's just, it's giving you guys all the flags, all the evidence you need that the top for Cro is probably likely in or near. Okay, so again, these are my targets for Cro. I know it's kind of big, but this is where I see Cro, if it recovers, going up to. So I hope you guys liked it. And again, check out my playlist. Comment below the next coin you guys want me to check out. But check out the playlist that has all my price predictions for all the coins I did so far. Comment below the coins you guys want me to do next. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.